I've been getting lots of people asking me if they should pull for yoimiya or not, and overall just having a midlife crisis over who they should spend their beloved Primo Gems on. With the arrival of Ayaka and so many more Inazuman characters, it can be very overwhelming to decide who to pull for, which is why I'm making this video, since not all of us can simply grab our credit cards and swipe. Starting off with the reasons you should pull for yoimiya. Number 1, she's very wholesome and stylish. In her story quest, we see that everyone gets along with her and she very much cares about the people around her. If you think she's fun to use, or you like her character design, her gameplay, the fact she jumps 8 feet high and shoots fireworks at enemies, you should definitely consider going for her, since being happy while playing a character will overall make your gameplay a lot more enjoyable. Reason number 2, her kit is very unique. Yoimiya is a pyro bow user, yet she specializes in her auto attacks by infusing her bow with pyro for a certain amount of time. That in itself is already a very unique concept. You can almost imagine her as a long-ranged, machine gun version of Hu Tao, but then again, she's still very unique with her own special kind of niche. Number 3, she's pyro. Pyro units are generally more favored because they have access to the melt and vaporize reactions, which are both pretty huge damage multipliers. You can use Xingqiu and pair them together to let yoimiya vaporize a portion of her hits, but just keep in mind that there's going to be some moments where Xingqiu is the one vaporizing and not yoimiya. You can also pair her with Ganyu and use Ganyu's ult to put cryo onto enemies and let yoimiya melt them. As for reasons you should not pull for yoimiya, number 1, she's a very single target. You've probably heard this a lot from other people, and it is very true. Especially since she's a bow user, she can only hit one enemy at a time. Having AoE, meaning area of effect, is one of the biggest damage multipliers, and yoimiya heavily lacks that. With that being said, I know a lot of people who are planning to pull for her are going to do overload team comps, pairing her with people like Fischl and Beidou for that overload AoE pyro damage effect. Reason number 2 is competition. As you may or may not know, MiHoYo definitely has a love for their pyro DPS. Since yoimiya is also a pyro main damage dealer, she has to compete with people like Hu Tao, Xiangling, and Diluc. If you don't know, Xiangling is broken. Her pyro nado can easily do up to 50k every spin, which adds up to a lot of damage. Hu Tao's skill scaling is also very high. It lets her shred through big bosses very easily. There's so many pyro main DPS, and there's a very high chance that you already have one, which further asks the question, do you really need yoimiya? And lastly, reason number 3 is that other Inazuma characters will be getting their own banners. The Inazuma region has just been launched, so there's obviously going to be a lot more opportunities to get different characters. A couple days ago, MiHoYo actually tweeted official art of Sarah, Ball, and Kokomi, so it is pretty safe to say that they will be getting released in 2.1. Ball, being the Electro Archon, is almost guaranteed to be OP. If she doesn't live up to people's expectations, I'm sure that the crowd will definitely speak up about it. I hope that this video helped you gain a clearer vision of if you want to pull for yoimiya or not. And I'll see you in my next video.